Hey guys, Rich here with Brotherhood Reviews, and we're back talking about One Piece. Chapter 1070 is finally out, and it is amazing. The cover story, we see Vegapunk back in the day when he was a part of his pirate crew, and this is wonderful to see, as always, because it's like a blast from the past a little bit. You see him with his head smaller from the actual flashback from when he was on Ohara, when his head was way bigger, and Dragon said, "Oh, every time I see you it feels like your head gets bigger," and there's the proof there. Okay, but before we get into the chapter, please like, comment, and subscribe if you like content like this. If you want more content like this, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I do more than just One Piece content. I review anime, manga, other mangas, and TV and movies as well, so stay tuned for that if you want to see more. But let's get back into this chapter, and we're continuing with the Luffy and Lucci fight. And I would say, in my personal opinion, this is not going in Lucci's favor. As we all can see, Lucci is very outmatched right now, and it's showing. He is fighting with all he has, and he even says that, like, what overwhelming power at one point. Now, I want to talk a little bit about their fight, because I really want to get into the formula, because Vegapunk handed us the formula to Devil Fruits, and this is shocking. But back to Lucci and Luffy. Sentamaru, I believe that's how you pronounce the name. But anyways, he's still alive for the most part. He does not die, but he stays conscious for a longer period of time than I previously expected. Luffy apologizes to him for distracting him in that moment and protects him from being knocked out sooner from Lucci. Him and Lucci continue to go at it. At one point, he almost eats Lucci, which is completely funny because his head becomes giant. He ends up taking a chunk out of the ground and spitting it at Lucci himself, and Lucci barely blocks it. Now, while this is going on, Vegapunk is talking to them because Frankie specifically brings up the fact that the Cypher that looks like Jinbei has the swim fruit from his his brother and his blood brother, Senor Pink from the Doflamingo family. And he said, he said, "I thought the only way you could get a devil fruit is if the person dies." And he says, yeah, if I wasn't Vegapunk, that would be true. Pretty much, he pretty much said, if I wasn't Vegapunk, that would be true. But ending up, Senor Pink is impaled down, so therefore he got his blood, and we figure out. And then while Lucci and they're fighting, he explains that he has been able to pretty much recreate Zoan fruits without an issue. Not without an issue, but he's been able to synthesize replicas of Zoan fruits. Paramecia's, he says that it's a whole nother game, and he pretty much hasn't done it yet. But or Logia's, he hasn't. It's a whole alternative thing, and he hasn't done anything with that yet. And Paramecia, he said that all he has to do is synthesize the blood, and that's why the Cypher has green blood. And so Vegapunk created blood. Just let that sink in. Vegapunk created blood, but so that's how these Cypherms are pretty much being powered and recreated, because he's creating people with this blood, with this. So they're pretty much being born with these powers, and he also says that they are pretty much the strongest the strongest beings that ever touched the seas as well. So they're pretty much invincible. So in the wrong hands, they're incredibly powerful. Now, Lucci and Luffy's fight pretty much comes to an end at this point, and Luffy knocks out Lucci with a devastating blow when he ricochets himself off of one of the pipes that's, the tubes that shoots, teleports people around the city, and hits him with a rolling white or something like that, I believe it was called. But it's just pretty much he punches him in the gut and he fades into darkness, you know what I mean? Obviously, because he's in his awakened form, he does recover faster. But Sentamaru tells him, don't wait until the last minute to get out of there, because the cipher that looks like Boa turned a few people into stone to show that to get them out of there, to show them the way. And so they get in the rocket, they go meet up with the rest of the crew, and Bonnie is on 100. She really hasn't done anything yet, so we'll see what happens to her in the future. Probably in the next episode we'll see what's going on with her and Vegapunk. The next chapter we'll figure out what's going on with her and Vegapunk, and then we'll end up seeing if she's gonna kill him or not, because I'm tired of her just saying it. I'll either be about it or just leave it alone, girl, at this point. But anyways, then the biggest part of this chapter is the fact that Kizaru shows up and pretty much says to surround the island with warships, and we'll see what the true power of the Navy's gonna do with the Yonko at this point. But that's all I have for you guys today. I really enjoyed this chapter. I can't wait for the next one, and I want to see the full totality of what's going to happen between Luffy and Kizaru. And let me know your thoughts down below, and I hope you guys have a good day, time, night, whenever you guys are listening to this. Thank you.